but it's a discussion about being in the friend zone and the way that women think about being with men in the friend zone and how men think about putting somebody in the friend zone. So I'm just going to be a quick, I think this is not very long, but let me know if you hear it.
A lot of girls actually friend zone their exes.
Hear it.
That's some weird shit to me. Like, cause I'm a guy. But girls will really friend zone their exes.
What you mean friend zone? Like they'll be cool with them and cordial afterwards?
They'll be cool, cordial, they talk. Oh, that's just my friend. Even though they used to fuck back in the day. Mm-hmm. To me, that's some weird shit. Cause I'm a guy.
So that is a little bit of what they were talking about. So he's saying that there are women that would sleep with their men, sleep with their ex, and keep them in the friend zone. And he's stating that to him, that's some weird shit. In the sense of where he just feels like once I'm done with you, we don't talk. So that's one topic. And then the next one is the women putting men in friend zones. And that's where we have to go a little bit in depth with that one, because there's a reason why women put, I don't know if guys put women in friend zones. I know that I feel like
women in friend zones.
I've put men in friend zones, but that's where they stay. You could tell when there is attraction to somebody or you want more from that person. And if you don't see yourself, but they're something special in your life where you just want to keep them around as a friend, then that's fine. If that other person feels that same way.
So what happens is that guys, you know, I said this to you not too long ago. I will not allow myself to get in a friend zone. I didn't know about the other part. If you're ex and you,
that was the topic of that one, yeah.
Your ex, and then you decide, you know, you want to hook up with the ex again.
So let's ask.
I don't consider that a friend zone.
Do you have any of your exes? Are you friends with any of your exes?
Not really.
Okay.
You know, we'll talk from time to time, but very few of them, and because you know, you've moved on and they've moved on too, and so you don't want to kind of renegotiate the contract, is sort of speaking, what I put in my book, because once you have that, you know, that booty call, whatever, for men it's like just a booty call, but sometimes for women it's renegotiating a contract to a relationship. But when I speak of friend zone, guys don't really friend zone women. Women will friend zone guys. I tell guys that don't get into that friend zone kind of situation, because...
Okay, let me ask, and it's not to cut you off. So when you approach a woman or you're with somebody, is it because it's out of the attraction? So when you meet somebody, you're not thinking, okay, I'm going to make friends with them. There's a agenda behind it. You're trying to either smash, or you're trying to see if this can go further into something a little bit more deeper. So there is, when you first start talking to somebody, there is no, this could be just a friendship, platonic friendship. There is an agenda behind it all the time.
I think for a guy, it's like you're really kind of, and I said this on another show, it's like an interview phase. It's like you're trying to see if this is a suitable mate for yourself. So you have that initial attraction, and you're attracted, you know, sexually, and you're attracted intellectually and all this other stuff. And so you're feeling this out because you're trying to, you know, see how far this can go. As far as the male, that's what you're doing. Some guys just want to go and smash because she looks good and all this other stuff. But, you know, once you mature, you're like, hey, I'm looking for a possible mate. So is she suitable to be that mate? So that's what guys are looking for. Women sometimes kind of put on that they're looking for that, but sometimes, and I tell guys, don't get yourself in the friend zone, because once you make it plain that, hey, I'm interested in you and I'm interested in pursuing a relationship with you, and she says, no, I just like you as a friend, what I tend to do now is go, no, I really have enough friends. I was kind of looking to be more than friends. So now I got to kind of scale this back, because now I need to go pursue something else, because I want a relationship. So
it's an end all be all for you.
Yeah, because what happens when you're in the friend zone, the woman sometimes gets all the benefits of a boyfriend, but the boyfriend ain't getting the benefits of having a girlfriend.
Like, what type of friend zones have you
If
been
she's
in?
having a
'Cause-
problem, if she's having a problem, she can always call him. She needs something fixed. She needs something done. She wants to go out to eat. She wants to go to a movie. She wants to do certain things with a male friend. It's almost like having the boyfriend experience, but the sex is not involved with that. So you get kind of trailed along thinking that, okay, if I put more time into it, then maybe it'll happen.
But then whose fault is that?
Yeah,
That's not
so
their
that's why
fault.
that's why I
It's
tell
your
the
fault.
guys, that's why I tell the guys, don't put yourself, don't once she says, hey, I like you as a brother or a friend,
Then
cut
make
it off.
that. Yeah,
Cut
or
it
make
off.
make the executive decision to see if that's something that you're okay with having.
Yeah, so
I don't think you should
I say
just
cut it
end.
off.
I don't think that that's because you never know what somebody could bring to you or what's the reason in why you've met this person. There's people that you meet for a reason. They either offer you something, teach you something, for something. There's a reason why they're there. And I'm not saying every time that they're there, there's something behind it. But 90% of the time, you never know what blessings you may block by just automatically saying, well, since I'm in the friend zone, I can no longer be with you or I can't be around you. Unless you have those deeper feelings where, okay, with me being around this person is just going to cause me hurt and pain. So I'm going to walk away from
It
it.
is because you want something that you're not going to get. And she knows you want it. She knows you want it. And she's going to use it against you. She knows that she can tease you just enough to get you to do anything you want. Hey, I need help moving. It could be anything. And so cut it off, go find somebody else. Usually what happens is that you go find somebody else, then all of a sudden, she becomes, I like him. Oh, I didn't know what I was missing. And then she's trying to interfere with the friend. No, cut it off. Like, I got enough friends. This is cool, but I wanted something more. I can't have it. So why am I just going to settle for less than just to be in your presence when I can go find somebody who's really going to give me what I need and want in a relationship? So I tell guys all the time, cut that friend. Do not become the friend zone guy. Don't be that guy.
I can see that. And I can agree with that. I can agree with where you're coming from. But in the same sense, like, so the first topic with him saying as my exes, I don't think I've ever had, other than my son's father. I've never had any of the exes that I've ever been with be my friend.
I don't consider that friend zone though.
Not in the friend zone. Yeah, no, not even to like call or talk to. If I left you, it's because I don't like you. I don't want shit to do with you. Like the only person that I tolerate is my son's father because we have a child together. So I have to tolerate that. And we become cordial through life. That's the only reason why I can say we're okay. But as far as friends for the people I dated, which is very few people in my lifetime, because I tend to pick relationships. I'm not one who bounces. So I've never really had like a lot of people that I've been with to say, oh, well, they're still my friends. No, none of the people that I've dated have ever been my friends. We go our separate ways. But as far as me putting people in the friend zone, I would hope that sometimes, because I'm a tomboy at heart, and I'm very much like I kind of am like one of the guys sometimes. I'm always 90% of the time around guys. And yes, I know I am not oblivious to the fact that, if a man sees me, they're seeing the attraction first. It's what they're looking at. It's something. They're not coming in with the intention of, I really want to be a friend. I want to get to know her. Fuck, I'm not stupid. I know that. But at the same time, I do feel like you can have platonic friendships with men. As long as you set that record straight and it's not putting them in a friend zone, it's just like, I don't feel that way. And like you said, 90% of them are going to bounce, because then you know that's not what their intentions were. Their intention was to smash and dash. They didn't get it. So now they're writing out, or they wanted something else that you obviously didn't see. But then those real men that do, like those men that kind of do stay around, is because they genuinely see, okay, this is a good person. I don't mind having them in my life. So it just, like, I just, it can go either way. And I just feel like the friendship zone is not the worst place to be put in.
So you're speaking from a woman's point of view, but from a guy's point of view, that's the absolute worst.
But there's been so many women that have been put in a friend zone. You know how many men I've been around, like in the sense where I've noticed that you could tell the girl likes him. You could look at this girl, when she looks at him, her eyes are like, she's in love. And you can see that all this.
She just doesn't do it for him.
But he's still having her around. He ain't telling her, well, because he's not being honest. See, that's the difference. Where women are honest in what they feel because we're more of an emotional feeling. So we're gonna tell you what we feel. Whereas men will be like, "Oh, I might keep her around because
I never know. I need to break the glass kind of thing." Yeah.
Right, I got an itch, and she might be the one that I might need at that date. And then there comes the crazy because now you done opened up a can of fucking worms that you're not ready for. Like you just written some checks that your ass can't cash, and now you stuck.
But with the exes, it's like I've had exes where you still have, even though you've broken up, you still have that physical attraction to each other. And so you may hang out every now and then, and
Just, you know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is.
It's not going anywhere. Right. You know what it is. It's that physical attraction. You may hang out for a weekend or whatever, and like that's it. But you got to be really careful with that, because if you give too much, then like I said earlier, you renegotiate that contract, and now she's thinking, oh, I'm back in a relationship with you, and you got to make it very clear that no, this is not, I understand we still had that physical attraction.
I'm trying to rekindle something that you ain't got. Like
that's why you got to be careful with that.
Walk, that I can honestly agree with you and wholeheartedly say, like, just walk away from it. It's not worth the time, the effort, or whatever drama may come from that. But I don't think that being put in a friend zone is the worst thing. I don't think that is the end all be all. I do feel that, and it's not that a person is being selfish because they put you in a friend zone. It could just be like, and like the way you made it sound when we talked is like,
guys, it's totally
that's just bogus.
It's worse.
Like,
it's no benefits to it. There's no benefits to a guy being in a friend zone. None whatsoever. Because
you're walking in expecting that you're going to get something out of it.
Yeah, and you're never going to get it. You're never going. Now, maybe there are some instances where it does happen, but you kind of backdoored your way into it, and you never know how she may change her mind and go, "No, this ain't it." Mm-hmm. And then you back in the friend zone. So for a male, for a guy, the friend zone is the absolute worst place to be in.
So let's ask too, when you do the friends with benefits. Okay, friends with benefits. Let's say y'all are friends, right? And then you decide, you know what? Fuck it. Like you said, you ain't doing shit. I ain't doing shit. That's what you bring to the table. We ain't doing shit apart. Might as well do it together, right? But then that brings a whole nother.
The emotions get involved.
Possibly, because some people act like that shit's not a real thing. Like there was in particular a story where how it started. It started just as friends, like. And it grew into something more, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying, like, some people be like, yeah, we can handle this. It's nothing. Like, we're not gonna do it. But no, it's not, because that's another thing that you're putting into as a relationship. You're setting the standard of, this is just friends, but eventually, we're gonna hang out every day. And we're gonna go out every day, and we're gonna do everything, and then we're still gonna go and you're gonna be with whoever you want. And I'm not gonna say shit, and I'm gonna be with whoever I want, and I'm not gonna say shit.
Emotions get involved with that, because if you're looking for that on a consistent basis, and then somebody else steps in, then the emotions can get involved where it go, well, I'm not that person's kind of go-to anymore.
And two, because if you guys are always hanging out together, you got to think that your worlds are going to collide sometime soon. Like, there's going to be whatever he's doing on the side, and it's going to rear its ugly head, and you're going to see the amount of girls that he's actually fucking with on the sideline, same as old girl. Like, you're going to get your feelings hurt, because when you don't see anything, you see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. When you don't see it, you don't think about it. It's out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
Then when it's brought to your attention, then it's like, well, damn, I didn't know she was getting that much play, or I didn't know he was getting that much play. And then that's where the feelings start to get hurt, because it's not brought to your attention. Once it's brought to your attention, then you honestly see. So I don't, for people who can honestly have a friends with benefits and it actually works, like, I salute y'all. Y'all are like the toughest people in the world. I don't know how that could be. I don't know how that could happen, because you're right, feelings do get involved.
Feelings definitely get involved, so you got to really be careful with that. And so I've had situations where it started out like that, and then all of a sudden, listen, I got feelings for you, and all of that. Whoa, this is not what we agreed
I
to.
totally.
But women have the prerogative to change their minds. That's what I've always been told. But it doesn't always agree with the situation at hand or what's actually happening. So yeah, I've gotten to a point where I tend not to hook up or be around my exes or contact them or anything because there's certain ones that you keep in contact with and you say hello or you know send funny jokes to or whatever. But as far as dating and all that other stuff, because you know that you can't afford to give them what they really actually want.
Yeah,
And so I'd
I
rather
got
them just go out, find somebody that they're going to be with,
and be
and let me
happy.
just stay out the way so they can
Yeah.
find whoever is going to be good to them and give them exactly what they want. It's
Okay.
just not going to be me.
I got hits on all my exes. I got hits on every single one of them. I'm joking. I've been wanting to say that shit.
I don't think you are.
I'm just waiting to cash in that favor that's needed to
Sit
take
there
them out.
like
No,
this. You catch them somewhere slipping, and you look at them. They catch you around, and you're like,
I've been watching your ass. You thought you got away with it.
I caught you slipping.
Right.
I'll let you slide this time.
But no, I've never, it's like once I leave that part, and I've never understood that when it comes to relationships, like the closure. I need closure. I know once it's done, it's fucking done. I don't need closure. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to see you again. Like if it can end amicably, like grown adults, then yes. If y'all can sit down and say this is not working, we're just not doing it for each other. Like yes, maybe in years down the line when you guys see each other again, it can possibly be something where it's cordial and you can say hi and you can be happy for each other. But if it's off of bad terms, there is no way in hell I want to see your face anywhere around me. I just feel like at that point, there is no, whatever we had is in the past. I want to leave it in the past and I'm gonna put it in a box. I'm gonna take that box and I'm gonna kick that motherfucker so damn far. I never want to see it again.
I don't believe in this concept of closure. Once it's over,
no,
that's
done.
The case is closed. There ain't no closure. We need to sit down, talk about it. No, you go your way. Take care. Bye. Kind of that's closed. It's closed. Don't talk to me. I don't talk to you. That's it. So when I tell somebody take care, that's what I mean. Because I was caring for you at one particular point, but now I got to the point where okay, we're gonna do this. Take care. I'm done.
Yeah, kick rocks until your feet bleed. Toodles.
Yeah.
Don't play in traffic. I wish you the best. I'm so evil. It's true. Keep playing with me if you want to. Like pressing on the gas. Like, go ahead, make a move. Bust them motherfuckers.
I'm gonna see you on the news one day. Like, yep, she said she's gonna do that.
I remember that show like it was yesterday. Flashback. Oh my god. Yeah, just and that you can tell with our viewers, don't take any of our advice. Like, please don't go running your men over or saying that Shantel said so because I want no parts in it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I gotta chill when you say that.
Think I'm playing? Play with me if you want to. Go ahead.
But do you ever have like stalkers? Because I truly believe that ex, I can't prove it because she's so skillful with it. I remember I had an ex who followed me on Facebook, and at first I did not know it was her. And she kept dropping little clues. She just kept dropping little clues. And so we start talking through instant message on Facebook every now and then. And, she started following the jazz page that I had and the music I was playing and asking questions. And then things started looking familiar. So I'm like, okay, I think I know who this is. And pictures started looking familiar. Like, cause she would never put her picture. She would put pictures of things on there. And it was like, it reminded me of our relationship. So I remember one day we talked again and we hooked up, and she came by my place, and I had to ask her, I'm like, are you such and such and such and such and such? And she said, what took you so long? I'm like, oh my God, she was talking to me.
She baited you.
She's like,
You got baited.
What took you so long to figure it out?
You got baited.
I'm
She
like, oh my
did.
God.
See, that is the skill of a woman, is that they can, if they want something, whatever it is that they're wanting, whatever it can be, that woman, if she is smart enough, can drop enough hints, do enough to make you start like, who is this person? What is this? Without even realizing that they already.
TikTok.
Yeah,
the
that's
same
what
kind
I'm
of setup. The
saying.
music video she puts up, she doesn't put up a picture. I could just tell. I'm like, oh, I got a feeling, and that this is this person.
See, I'm telling you, it's a bait. They're baiting your ass. But I've been in a relationship for 9 years, so I haven't had any stalkers. I had one that was kind of like back when, right before, where, yeah, it was the like, are you home? I don't see lights on type shit, or like, and that ended rather quickly. That was one of those where he got friend zoned and he thought it was going to change, and it wasn't. But I was very vocal in what I felt, and I wasn't leading him on at any point. But I guess he felt like the harder he tried, that I was just going to break down my walls, and he was going to be, like the one. And it didn't happen that way. So yeah, he was the type that was like, it was somewhat scary. It was a little bit of like, he knew a little bit too much. And how did you know I was there at that, like just little things that it was worrisome. So I had to block all shit and take him off of my MySpace and do all this other shit. And yeah, that's as much as I've gotten, because
That's scary.
that is scary.
Women are scary.
That's why it's like, to think about having to date in this time period with people is so, it's like I'd rather stay alone, because I don't believe anybody is who they truly are. And I've always said this from jump, that people will give you their representative. You're going to meet a representative. You're going to meet the best person that they truly want to be in their life. And eventually, give it time, give it a month, give it 3 months. They're going to start showing you their ass. And I just don't have patience. And that was one thing when I was single, was like, it was the dating. Fucking hated dating. I hated sitting down with somebody and asking 1,000 questions, because you're probably lying. I don't trust what the fuck you're saying. It's all bullshit anyways. Come to find out, the man got 17 kids, 3 baby daddies, on child support, ain't got no money, ain't got no job. It's like you find all that out afterwards, and it's like, what the fuck? And to me, I felt like it was just so, it was all bullshit, a bullshit setup for what you're going to get later on. Is not going to be the same. Like, it's going to be a totally different change, 360, like, and you're like, who is this person that, I was sitting next to at that time, and now something totally different. So especially nowadays, where people are not true to being monogamous and in a relation, like being honest to their relationship. There are men that got women, side chicks, women that got, 3-4 dudes, like.
But yeah, but here's the thing with me and males with dating. It's like, I think I'm not perfect. I think I'm a good catch, but you get women who have been through. I think it's this band of guys that just ruin lives for women, and then
The fuck boys.
They meet the nice guy. They meet the guy that they probably should have been with, or if they would have been patient enough, could have been with.
Wait, yeah.
And then we get all the aftermath. We get punished for what that other dude did, and it's like, and I think I made this reference before. It's like sifting through a junkyard. Like, okay, that part looks good, but it don't match with this part, and you got to put these parts
so it's like
together.
basically to build a hoe.
I ain't saying to build a hoe.
What's damn near what you said? Junk pile. Shit, that's a reference. Junk pile and build a hoe. So
going through a junkyard trying to put everything together, and it's like, you know, all these different issues that you didn't cause, but now you're faced with trying to fix, or you got to deal with or you're being punished for because you weren't there, but the woman still has issues, and then you're like, why the hell am I going through all this stuff?
That's sad, and that's the sad part. I feel like I've always been the type to not, and I'm speaking for myself, not the band of women, but for me, I always feel like you have to give that person a chance. Like, if you're not at least out of a relationship, should give yourself at least a year to heal your mind, body, and soul from what you went through, whatever it may be. Then you have to allow that person the amount of time to show and prove. And I've always been where I'm not going to bring my bag, just like Erykah Badu. I made this reference yesterday. Bag lady, you carry all your bags and bring it to the next relationship. That just hinders the start of that relationship. It hinders what you guys have going on, and then it doesn't work. It does not work.
Let me ask you about the song Bag Lady. Do women really listen to the words of that song?
When I first heard it, I was young.
A lot of women don't really listen to the words of that song.
No.
Oh, that's my jam. Like when she says the part, niggas see you coming and then they start
they
running.
They take off running
from you.
Yeah.
I don't know if they really get that part.
Because they're taking it as face value. Like when I first heard it, I was young. And I think it was like in my teens, maybe turning into my 20s. And I was like, oh yeah, just talking about bags. And then my sister was like, no. Like you have to like, so then I went online and I actually read it for what it was. And I was like, oh, I get it. It's because they're carrying their baggage of bullshit and they're putting it on to these men. And that's why these men are taking, I see. Yeah. It's Erykah Badu, she said it best. Like you cannot think that a relationship is going to work when you're bringing the baggage of somebody else's pain and bullshit that you went through. It's not. It's a guaranteed setup to fail automatically. So you either got to come in with the mind frame of that person's not that person, allow them to show and prove that they're not that person. And if it shows different, then that's when you have to make that decision to move on.
When I heard that song, I'm like, oh, they're letting her get away with this?
Why would they?
Because no woman kind of said that. Because no woman kind of said, wait a minute.
Because I'm sure that was reference to her too. I'm sure she was talking about herself too. I'm sure that had to be something personal where she was saying, I'm a bag lady. I'm sure she came in, mind you, she had many Andre 3000, Common, all these men that it could have been a reference to what she was doing to the men that she was bringing into her lives, into her, into her circle. So I feel like it was in reference to her and to the women that do it. And
I think that for many women, it just went right over their head.
Yeah.
When I first heard it and I listened, I'm like, oh snap.
Mm-hmm.
This is a deep song, and it just went right over a bunch of everybody just playing it and stepping to it in Chicago and all this stuff. And I'm like,
a lot of songs that Erykah Badu has put out has underlying meanings. A lot of songs you have to really like listen to it. It's not just singing and harmonizing. She's speaking some truth in every song. There's a lot of songs that she talks about.
But the song they do pay attention to, you better call Tyrone.
That's not my favorite song though. That's not my favorite song. That's one of my favorite songs, but there's a lot of Erykah Badu songs that I like, but it's just not that.
You better call Tyrone.